I got this feeling inside my brains. It goes electric wavy when I make them A's. All through 4th grade, all through my school, we're flying up no ceiling when we're in our zone. I've got that sunshine in my pocket, looking forward to a good day. I feel I can do everything when I try. I can't stop myself from learning, moving up academically. We'll unlock the way we rock it, so don't stop.
Hello class, and welcome back to math. Today we're going to be doing a mini lesson on benchmark fractions. So take out your notebook and take out your pencils and paper and everything else in between, because we are going to take some notes. Alright. So again, today's lesson is benchmark fractions. Benchmark fractions are easy to see and they help you to estimate, okay? Remember to write down everything that's on the screen. Alright, so let me remind you what the benchmark fractions we are looking at. Alright, so if you remember, it's the 0, 1/4, half, 3/4, and 1. Okay. So if you're thinking about this, okay, if you want to think about like money, alright, so we have $0. 1/4 is the same thing as 25 cents. Okay. A half a dollar is the same thing as 50 cents. Okay. 3/4 is the same thing as 3/4, which is 75 cents. Okay. And then we have $1. Right? So you can think about it like that, and that can help you to see where are fractions. Is it closer to 1/4, 3/4, a half, 1, or 0? Okay? So you can think about it like that. Okay? Next thing, estimate. Okay? Estimate tells you how many or about how much. Reasonableness. Does my answer make sense? Okay? You remember how I told you that if I tell you 2 times 2 and you tell me giraffe, and I'm gonna look at you crazy because I'm like, does that make sense? No, it does not. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at an example of what this would look like, okay? Alright, so here I have my fraction number line. Make sure it's straight as possible. Okay. And I'm going to put my benchmark fractions on there so that way you can see what it looks like as a fraction, okay? So obviously here it's going to be 0 or 0/4, okay? And at the end it's going to be 1/2. Now remember, okay, 1/2 is the same thing as saying 4/4 because I have 4 pieces of 4 pieces, okay? It's the exact same thing, okay? So let's for an example, if I have 8 pieces, a whole of that would be 8/8, and that's the same thing as saying 1/2, okay? Alright, so let's get back to this. The next easy benchmark fraction, okay, imagine if we had a number like this and we folded it in half, okay, what would that be? 1/2. Okay. Now remember the equivalent fraction of a half, okay, think of it like money, 50 cents, okay, that's 2/4 out of 4/4, so that would still be 2 out of 4, 2 and 4, okay? Same thing, alright? Now let's fill in the rest. Oops. 1/4, and then we have 3/4, okay? So remember, 1/4 is the same thing as saying 25 cents. Half or 2/4 is the same thing as saying 50 cents. And 3/4 is the same thing as 75 cents. Okay? And then we have $8. Okay? So that's what it looks like as a number line, okay? When we use our benchmark fractions, okay, you can easily see, which benchmark fraction is the closest to 0, 1/4, half, 3/4, or a whole, okay? Let's go ahead and look at our problem. Right? Example, place the fractions 3/8, and 7/8 on a number line using benchmark fractions, okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and look at this. So I'm going to draw my number line. Okay. And I'm going to fill in what I have of the benchmark. I'm going to fill in the outer numbers, which is 0 and 1. Okay. And because our denominator is 8, I'm going to put 8/8. Okay. It's the same thing. Now, before I fill it in, I'm going to fill in some of my benchmark fractions so that way I kind of know where they're at, okay? So imagine if I fold 8 in half, what would I get? 4 or a half, right? Okay, so I know this is a half, okay, which is same thing as saying 4/8. Then I know that this, it has to be 1/4, it's half of that, okay? And I know that this has to be 3/4, because it's in between a half and then a whole, okay? I'm gonna scoot this over just a little bit. Yeah, 3/4, okay? Now we can kind of see where I need to fill in my number line, okay? 0/4. Let's go ahead and look at this. Okay, so what I did, okay, so what I'm doing, okay, so I have my benchmark fractions, right? I have 4/8 right here because I know that's a half, okay? 8 divided by 2, okay, which is being folded in half, is 4, okay? Now I'm going to fill in 3/5 and 5/8. If this is 4/8 and I have 3/8, I know that 3/8 is closer to 4/8 than 0. So I'm going to put it right here in the middle. 3/8. Let me do it in a different color. 3/8. Okay. And then, okay, so we did that one. 5/8. I know 5/8, it has to be right next to 4/8, so I'm going to put it right here. I'm just kind of thinking, okay? I'm kind of thinking, where would this go? It doesn't make sense that 5/8 will be right here so close to the whole when it should be right next to 4/8, right? So that's why I'm not going to do nothing there. 7/8. Ooh, 7/8. 7/8 is closer to a whole than it is to a 0 or a half, because one more 7/8, 7/8 plus 1/8 would be a whole. So I know it has to be right here. See how I did that? I thought out loud and I said, where could this possibly go? Okay. I had to have known 4/8 is equivalent to a half. That's why I did that. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at a few more examples. estimate the fractions 1/8 and 4/10 using benchmark fractions, okay? Alright, so here we're gonna go again. I'm gonna get my number lines ready. Okay, and I'm gonna fill in what I know from the benchmarks. I know that this is 0 and that this is 1, okay? I know that in the middle is going to be a half. In the middle here is going to be 1/4. And the middle here is going to be 3/4. Okay? Let's see. 1/8. 1/8 is closer to what? 0, 1/4, half, or 3/4, or 1. What do you think? And why? Yes, good. 1/8 will be closer to 0 than it is to 1/4, or a half, or a whole, right? Because if I take away that 1, then it'll be 0. So it is closer to 1/8. Good. We need to do something different here. Okay, now what about 4/10? 4/10. What do you think? Where is it going to be closer to? 0, 1/4, half, or 3/4, or a 1 whole. What do you think? 4/10. 4/10 is close to 5/10. And I know 5/10 is a half. Because 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay, so we know that 4/10 is closer to the half, but where is it going to go? Is it going to go right here? Right here. If I said that 5/10 is in the middle because it's equivalent to a half, where would 4/10 go? Left side or the right side? Good, the left side. 4/10. Good job. Alright, so let's think. Okay, reasonableness. Sentence tense. Okay, here is a sentence. Make sure you write it down. My answer is reasonable because. My answer is not reasonable because. Okay? 4/10. My answer is reasonable because I know that 5/10 is equivalent to a half. So therefore, 4/10 has to be closer to a half than it is to 0, 1/4, 3/4, or 1. Okay? Good job. Alright. So let's go ahead and do some practice. Okay. 5/12 plus 4/12. What is that going to equal, okay? Remember, when I'm adding fractions, all I have to do is make sure my denominator is the same. 12, 12, good. And then just add my numerators. 5 plus 4, what is that? 9. Good. And then my denominator stays the same. Can this be simplified? Can I divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? What do you think? Can I divide? Both numbers have to be divided by the same number. I know I can divide both numbers by 3. Anything I do to the top, I do to the bottom. 9 divided by 3, what is that? 3, good. 12 divided by 3, what is that? 4, good. Remember, this is called simplify. Okay? Alright, so now my question to you is your answer reasonable or not? Okay? Go ahead and stop right here and think about that. Good. So now that we've done our mini lesson, let's go ahead and look at our notes. So here is your notes on estimating fractions using benchmark fractions. Make sure you copy this down in your notebook, okay? And here is your exit ticket for today. You have two problems. 9/12 minus 3/12 equals what? Number 2 is 3 6 plus 2 6, 2 over 6 equals what? Explain if your answer is reasonable or not. Make sure you jot this down in your notebook. That is it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and remember, your brain is growing every day when you learn something new. Have a great day. Bye.